Hi everybody, it's Sharon from Bless the Craft and I'm back with you again. I want to show you, as promised, how to make this really cute bumblebee themed wreath. This is my number one pinned wreath on Pinterest. I get about anywhere between 7 to 10, I will say 7 to 10 pins on this wreath pretty much every single day. I think I've gotten a total of about 47 47,000 pins for this wreath alone. It is really easy to make. It's, as you can see, it's super cute. And honestly, I think it's great for any time of the year. It does not have to be summer, but I think this is the perfect time for it. I had a request for another one to be done, and I did this one just a little bit different than I did the other one. But I want you to stay with me so I can show you how to make this really cute, Be Blessed, bumblebee themed wreath for summer. Okay everybody, I'm back, and let me show you everything that I use to make this cute little bumblebee wreath, a bumblebee themed wreath. These are all my supplies. I have a frame. This is from the DollarTree. You're gonna need your Chanel stems. I have just some the Deco mesh tubing. You can find these cute little bees at Hobby Lobby, and I usually use a coupon with those. I have a lot of different types of ribbon, and I've gotten these from different places. Some came from Hobby Lobby. I did order some from craftoutlet.com. My Deco mesh, and as you can see, I have some remnants here that I really do want to use up before I start going to this. This one is a little bit different. It does not have the foil in it, but that's okay. I'm still going to use that. And this one that has the cotton in, I can't remember the official name for it, but this is kind of cute. It adds a little bit of something different into the wreath. You will also need some type of plaque to put, you know, Be Blessed, or I did do one that said Beekeeper on it. And the size of your plaque or your sign just needs to you're gonna kind of have to see. Now I know it's kind of hard to tell right now, but you know this is gonna be really big once I finish with it, so that's why I usually go with the larger size. Both of these I got from Hobby Lobby, and you see this one was only like $1.99. And then just whatever color yellow. I always paint my sign yellow, and I put black letters on there. Now listen, if you don't have a Cricut machine, that's okay. All you have to do is go to Hobby Lobby or Michael's, and they already have pre-cut letters. So just find some, you know, really nice decorative letters that you can put on here. And matter of fact, you can probably even go to the dollar store now. They have everything. And you can just put those on there. So this wreath usually does take a couple of days to make. This isn't one of those 30-minute wreaths. Not for me, it's not. Let me show you what gold I have, or what yellow. This is sunshine yellow. This is a daybreak, excuse me, daybreak. And then I do also have, a metallic lemon yellow, and I don't think I want to use that. I don't know, I kind of have to see. I usually just use kind of a flat yellow. And I do it one coat on the top and the bottom. So I'm just gonna kind of get started with this a little bit, and then I'm gonna show you. This is the first thing you wanna do because this takes the longest. And I need a bigger brush, but I don't have one. I guess I could have used my little foam brush over here, which would probably be easier. So let's grab that. And it does take a couple of coats. Well, it does take a couple of coats for this to really shine on here, or to really come through. So prepare to put two coats. That's what I said. This is not a one-day wreath right here. It usually takes me several days to put this wreath together. So, you know, this will not be just one video today. I'll have to do this over the course of a few days. And as you, all right, so I just paint all down the sides. Now once this front part is done, you can paint this front part again and then do the back 2 times, or do the front part 1 time, do the back 1 time, and then come back, do the front and then the back again. So that part, you know, that's up to you. Okay, so the next step that I'm going to do is, sorry for the shaky camera, is I've gone ahead and I've prepped my wreath frame, and now I'm just gonna take this remnant of yellow and just kind of, I'm gonna do the poof method. I didn't do this with the other one, but I kind of like that this makes it a little bit more full. You can opt out of this part and just go straight to your actual cutting your loops, because this wreath is the loop method. But I kind of like adding just a little bit extra in there, and again, it makes it more full. You can't really see through a wreath when it's on your door, because your door you know, it's not facing the sun or anything like that. But I still like to have full wreaths. I don't like to see a lot of dead space in between. So since I do have this remnant here, that's why I decided to go ahead and do it. But again, you can opt out of this. So all you do is just put this all the way around, okay? Just how we normally do it. And then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna show you how I cut my loops, okay? Okay, everybody, I finished putting this, just the kind of remnant of yellow down. And as you can see, I have a little bit more on this side. You can see just how see-through it is. But that's okay, because this is just the base part. But I have a little bit more on this side. So probably that sign that I have, this is kind of a good indicator where I probably want to put it, would be like right in there, because I have so much that is going to be sticking out on the side versus this side. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put that to the side for now, because I want to work on my loops, okay? So I'm gonna open up all of my mesh. I do have some that I've already used before. I am all for some reason for 2019, I am all about using up these little remnants that I have. Probably just to make room for new stuff, but I still need to use up what I already have. Okay, now normally what I would do, I don't have my mat here with me, is lay all of these down. Let's move that glue gun out of the way. Lay all these down together flat, which is kind of hard to do that because these automatically want to coil back up, and they also stick together. But if you roll these all the way out, let's see if I can roll them out just a little bit more. Okay, so once you have it rolled out that far, I usually go about 10 to 12, not 12, I'm sorry, 8 to 10 inches is usually what I go by to make a loop. If you're gonna do a ruffle, I would go a little bit beyond that, but to make one of the loops where you're just rolling it, you really only need 8 to 10. I think if you used anything bigger than that, it's kind of wasteful to me. So I just kind of get in an eyeball of where I want to. Let's use this to hold that piece down because it's going to want to coil back up. Okay. And this does have the foil in it. And see, you're actually going to, I mean, I'm making a big one now, but let me just show you. See, you're actually going to take this and you're going to tighten that roll up. I'm going to do it a little bit better when I actually do it, but you're going to tighten that up just a little bit more. So that's what you want to do to pretty much these entire rolls of Deco mesh is just cut, just start cutting around. I'm getting ready to lose, well, the sun is going down a little bit, so I want to try to finish showing you as much as I can today, because again, I told you this is not a one-day wreath, not unless you started like early in the daytime, and it's kind of in the evening now, like I said. But what I've done, you know, I put my first row of just a base doing the bubble method. Then I cut out all of my what's going to be my loops here, and I did have like an odd amount of the one with the cotton in it and the one that did not, but that's okay. But let me show you what I've done. Excuse me, Kid Green. I've been drinking, I got a cherry Dr. Pepper over here. So I have 2 more left, and that's what I'm going to show you. And this looks pretty already. And see how full it looks? Remember when I showed it to you earlier? When you put that, just kind of the bubble, the foundation on there. And then plus I have a lot of these loops on there this time. So I did about, I want to say 5. I did 2 of the yellow. And all I do is roll them up just like that. I don't do anything fancy to these. You just need to kind of get it close together. You know, you want the middle to be kind of tight, and I don't worry if they stick out in different ways. And I've been trying to alternate. So this one's got the, this one has the cotton right there. So I'm going to use this last one that does not. Right here, and let me find my burlap one. Okay, so right now I have one of every color, and since I didn't have very many white, I only put one of the white, but I did put 2 of all the other colors. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5. 6 and 7. Now if you have enough white, you can go ahead and make it 8. I'm going to do that way because I don't want that to, well, it will be 8. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that is correct. So I have 2 black. I have 2 of the burlap in black. I have 2 yellow and 1 white. If I had enough white, then I would put 2 white, but I don't have enough, so, well, I do, but I don't want to, it's going to kind of be off if I put 2 white ones in this one, and I've only put 1 white one in all the other ones, so I'm just going to leave that be. All right, and this is really thick, so you're going to have to twist it really good, okay? And then I'm going to do the same thing for the next one, except for this time I'm going to use this one. So again, you just grab your mesh, roll it tight. So that's one yellow, 1 black. I'm going to grab, I have some over here in the chair. I didn't have enough room on my table. 1 burlap in black, and then I'm going to stick this white right down in the middle. Okay, and then I'm going to start everything all over again. All right, another yellow, another black, And I don't mind if it's got the little pointed pointed edge like that. I'm okay with that. But if not, you can always snip that to make it straight across if you like it this way instead. All right. So again, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right, and I do kind of alternate the colors so I don't really like, you know, 2 yellows right next to each other and 2 black and stuff like that. So kind of alternate it a little bit. You've got to open up your chenille stem here. I can get a hold to it. It's kind of hard. The stuff wants to kind of stick to each other. And then you got to lay this all the way down flat. And then pull this chenille stem up and over. And because this is really thick, you're really gonna have to twist it real good, okay? So, what to do. So, let's get started with this part. I really do want a nice big ribbon. Nice big bow at the top. So, let's see. I think that's, make it a little bit bigger. I actually kind of like it when I do my other bow. And I can have some tails coming that way. I think that might be a little bit too big, but I always test it. My bow will probably go right in there somewhere. This is kind of my middle right there, so I'll probably have my bow stick out right there. And I might even continue on from there to there, and maybe even to there and there. So let's make this a little bit bigger. Oops. Okay, so we have that, and then I'm gonna cut it about the same on each side. And let's grab this yellow. This is really pretty. I love this yellow. I don't have very much of this left, and I have to start putting it there. I don't have very much of it left, so I'm definitely going to use all of this. I want this one with the bumblebee on it because it just matches what we're doing. Okay. And I know you're probably thinking, I do have my tails kind of long, but I'm going to connect them actually to the wreath. So that's why I want them a little bit longer. And I'll show you that in just a second. Let's get that. I want to make sure I still have everything a good size. And I'll probably wind up using all of these just because I'm so in love with these colors. This is a pretty fabric. This is actually a nice fabric ribbon right here. So again, I'm making some kind of long tails here because we're going to incorporate this inside the actual wreath itself. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish, I'll probably cut about 2 more of each one. I only had a little bit, well, I have a lot left, but that one, that was one that I had to cut off and it was just sitting there. It was just attached on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna cut 2 more, or at least maybe 1 more of each one. And then I'm gonna just kind of combine them all. And then I'll show you in just a second how it looks, okay? Okay, everybody. So I've done this, I've made this bow almost. I put everything together and I have 2 of each one. So you see 2, this one's a little bit too big, but 2 of each pattern. And then I did put some of the Deco mesh tubing in there too, just to add a little something extra. So then I'm just gonna grab it here. Now what I did when I made the second loop, I did not make the tail as long as, I just realized the only one I didn't put another one of those in there, but that's okay. I made the tail, see, I cut them really short the second time I put a loop in there. So I know you're probably thinking, because when you first look at this, it looks like absolute chaos, and you really do have to work these, you're gonna have to kind of work these tails out a little bit, because I want one to go to each side. So I want one there, one of each color or pattern to go to each side. Okay, so just kind of take your time. I'm gonna let that stick out right there. All right, let's get our Chanel stem. And this is the back of it actually right there. And I believe I'm in the middle, because that's kind of my center point right there. And then I'm gonna take this Chanel stem, and I'm hoping that I can just extend this with one. So just tie, if your Chanel stem that you made your bow with does not go all the way to the back, just cut one and then attach it onto here. Just make sure you twist it really good. You can even put a bead of hot glue on there, and that will help hold it together as well. So then you're just gonna feed these Chanel stems back through to the back. Takes a little bit of work, but you can do it. You just kind of have to find the openings, and sometimes I've actually taken my Chanel stems and stuck them through the mesh if it was just hard for me to get the actual Chanel stem behind the mesh. Oops, I just dropped something, y'all. I don't know what it was, but I'll get it in a minute. All right, so then once you do that, all you do is you have to pull it through, and it's gonna be in the back. Make sure you have it around, you know, you gotta get it to the back here. And I'm just gonna twist it very lightly right now, because I'm sure I will have to make some adjustments later on. But once you go back to the front, what I'm going to do with these is just make kind of little loops going down my wreath. Okay, so I'm going to take these 2 together, or do we want to do it that way? Or you can even put them together like that. Let's do them this way. Okay, and just kind of let it flow. And we're gonna go to this Chanel stem, open this up, and stick those 2 there. Close your Chanel stem back with a little twist. And don't worry, we're gonna fix all of that later. And then you take these two, excuse me, these three, because we got three on this side. And it's all kind of trying to stick to my Deco mesh here. And again, just let it kind of flow, and then we will go to this one. Okay. Again, don't worry about this yet because we still have time to fluff that out. And then you're gonna do the same thing on this side. So we did the plaid and the yellow polka dot. So we're gonna grab this over here on this side, and it's really wanting to hang on to my mesh. So I think I took this one down to the bottom, but if I can't find one down at the bottom, that's okay. I'll go to this one right here. All right, and then you're gonna take the same three that you got left from the other side. And I hope I have enough. We're gonna make it enough. And we can take it there or down. I think I wanna take it to the side over here. And then we're going to tack that back. Okay. Then I'm going to probably attach mine going the short distance. So I'll have 1, 2, and then 3 chenille stems because I want to make sure that this holds. So I'm going to go ahead and put a nice little dab of hot glue right there, and then I just kind of press my glue gun, either get a glue gun, a pencil, or something, and just kind of hold that there for a few seconds just to let it kind of set. And then I'm gonna come back once that sets, and I'll actually put some hot glue on top of that. Okay, so we got one. And do be generous with your hot glue. You could probably use maybe some the E6000. I shouldn't have touched that with my scissors because now my scissors are gonna wanna stick, but I just wanna make sure that that is actually pressed up against the board for a few seconds. Because I don't wanna adhere it to the glue, not so much. I want it to adhere to the board. I thought even about maybe usually using a wood, some kind of stapler or something like that, but I don't want to crack the wood. So that's kind of why I've opted not to do that. But if you know how to do that, then I absolutely use that method. All right, so just hold that there for a few seconds. Okay, so that is how it looks. Let's see if I can turn it for right now. All right, and then I'm gonna go back and add hot glue to the top. Okay, everybody, I am now finished with the wreath, and I'm so glad the sun is shining today, so you get to see it in its natural light. And I love the way this wreath turned out. This one is actually a bit more busier than the one that I did on originally posted on Pinterest, but I love this one. This bow is absolutely gorgeous, and I love the roses that are just kind of nestled in between there, and there are some more flowers. This yellow pops. It really does pop off of here, and I like that about it, that, you know, it's got that really big burst of color right there. Even with this, the yellows and everything on the flowers and the ribbons, that yellow right there, I mean, I can just imagine driving by and this yellow just kind of, it meets you at the door. So I love that. And I decided to hot glue these two on here. Before I kind of had them nestled throughout, but then I hot glued these little bees in here. I might try to work it where that one sticks out just a little bit more. And then the other one is right up there. Isn't that cute, just sticking out like that? And it's just enough to have a little something extra. So let me know what you all think about this. I will post it on Pinterest. I'm gonna see if this one does as well as the other ones, the other two that I've done. I've done a Be Blessed and a Beekeeper wreath, just like this. So again, thank you for joining my channel today. Please make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Make sure that you subscribe, you hit the notification bell, so that you can continue to get, you know, you'll get a notification every time I upload a video. Make sure you join us on Facebook at Wreath Designers Network. Also my Facebook page, Blessed to Craft Designs, as well as Pinterest, I am Blessed to Craft. Come by that Facebook page, the group page, and start posting. There have been a lot of wreaths and the black and the yellows and the whites on there, so y'all need to come by and see what everybody is doing on that group page. Like I said before, there are some really talented people out there, and they're showcasing their work on the group page, and we would love to have you stop by. Thank you, and as always, be blessed.